guys, it's me again. I'm kind of doing one more video just about sort of how I got into horror. Today I'm just gonna kind of talk about kind of like a book series and a couple of TV shows that I watched when I was younger. Um, First thing I want to talk about is this trilogy of books that were pretty popular when I was growing up. I think they were actually released sometime in the 80s. I think maybe a few years before I was born. I could be wrong on that. Not 100% sure. Um, but these books, it's a trilogy of books actually, that, like I said, a lot of kids growing up, when I was growing up, seemed to kind of always be reading these. And they were, I don't know, there was something different. I'm sure many of you will recognize these, especially, like I said, kind of people my age group. And they are the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark series. And this here actually is all three books in one. You can see it's a little, it's kind of thick, so you can tell it's all three there, back there. So all three of these books here are in this. And I feel like a lot of people, not just with me, but definitely kind of felt like some of the illustrations in this book, um, were pretty creepy for kids' books, in my opinion. Like, I don't even know if any kids really read these today or are even kind of aware of these. I feel like a lot of kids would be really, really kind of creeped out by these. Um, I wasn't as much, but then again, by the time I was reading these, I was already watching, obviously, like, Jason going around killing teenagers, having sex and stuff. Um, but yeah, these stories, little illustration there for you. So, but yeah, these, see what I mean? Those illustrations were a little creepy. Um, but yeah, some of these stories, like the story of Harold, um, or the one story that was actually kind of like a game where it tells you to, like, peel some grapes and stuff, and they have your friends blindfolded or closing their eyes, and they reach their hand in, and oh, you're feeling, eyeballs now or something, but it was grapes and stuff, and um, I think like the first story in the first book, was about this little boy who's just kind of, walking along and kind of trips over like a toe sticking out of the ground, which is a little weird. Think about that now; it's kind of weird to think. And he ends up like taking the toe or breaking off the foot, and like bringing it home. His parents are like, "Oh, he found a toe. We'll, put it in the stew for flavor," which is weird. Why would you put a toe in your stew to add flavor and then eat it for dinner? That's weird. And then, of course, obviously, like, the kid goes to sleep at night and, hears the ghost or the corpse, whatever, of the guy that he stole the toe from coming to get him. Like, who has my toe? Who has my toe? But yeah, I mean, they're really kind of creepy for kids, I mean, even for me to kind of admit that, it's kind of creepy for kids. Probably not 100% kid appropriate. And I would actually check these books out for my school library like every other week. Like the once a week that you'd be able to go with your class down to the library, like your allotted library time. I would literally check one of these out every other week. And I think they, at one point, probably told me, like, you gotta let other kids read these. Other kids want to read these. And I think I snapped back with, well, that's not my fault that you don't have more copies of these books. Get more copies. School's got money. Spend it on books. But yeah, this is just a little, like I said, I know a lot of you guys have read these, kind of creeped out by these. And actually, a little side note on this, I know that there's a documentary coming out, if not already out. I know last time I checked, the people who are making it were kind of still looking for a little bit of funding to, I think, just be able to distribute it or something, or get it to DVD or something to, get it to all of us who grew up on it. So yeah, this book, I still obviously every once in a while I gotta flip through it and read a story or two at night, after dark. But yeah, this love this series. So I just one little book to show that I do read once in a while. Don't read as much as I should or like to, but so going on, starting with some of my TV shows that I kind of grew up with. The first one, a lot of you are going to just, I feel, orgasm over. I feel a lot of you guys I know watched this a few years ago when it was announced that it was going to be on Netflix, which I don't think it is anymore. I know social media was burning up with the excitement about this. And this actually came on here in the US, I believe, 91. Canada, I think it might have been 1990. I feel like there was maybe like a year lapse between the two debuts, but it was originally part of the original Snick on Nickelodeon, which was like kind of like the teen, aimed for the teen audience back then, before there was like Teen Nick and stuff. But this show from episode 1, I was obsessed with, and it is none other than Are You Afraid of the Dark? This show, so many great episodes, and there was a couple in here that were pretty scary, especially back then, because like I said, like 91ish it came out here in the States, so I was like first grade, I believe. Like I think I had to have been first grade by this point. It just, so many great stories. Tale of the Prom Queen, Tale of Watchers Woods, which is two of my favorite episodes. Prom Queen was actually in this one, episode 1. The Watchers Woods, I believe, was season 3, I believe. But yeah, this initially first ran for 5 seasons. So like 91 to 96-ish. And then was picked up again or revisited in 99 to 2000 for two more seasons. Pretty much an all new cast with the exception of one. Tucker, who was Ross Hall's little brother in like the original run of the series. He was kind of like head of the group at that point. I mean, I was already like in high school by then. I think I checked a couple of the episodes out back then. Actually, I do own those final 2 seasons. In watching them now, there actually was a few pretty good episodes. Excuse me, couple good episodes. Tale of the Many Faces is a pretty good one. I definitely suggest checking that one out if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, a couple good, really really good episodes, a lot of good episodes actually, especially in the first run, maybe just because that was the one I first watched. Um, and actually, it's fun to go back, especially the original run of this show, to see some of the uh, people who are actually famous, really famous now, actually appearing in these. These were some of their first like major breaks. Um, Nev Campbell, who was in the Tale of the Dangerous Soup, and Ryan Reynolds, who was in the Tale of Station, what is it, like 101.9 or 105.9 or something, with same episode as Gilbert Gottfried. Um, just fun little show, just like, a lot of great stories. And actually, it has two of my favorite characters in anything. First being Dr. Vic with a the. And he's not a nutbag, by the way. Just to let you guys know, he's not a nutbag. And then the second character, who was Sardo, accent on the dough, no mister. Um, and they both, I know the gentleman who played Dr. Vic, I think did a couple other episodes, not as the character, just kind of as other characters. Maybe Sardo too, but I know as the characters themselves, they each appeared in at least one episode a season, which was pretty awesome. You always kind of looked forward um, to those episodes. At least I did, because I thought they were fun characters. And I believe that they actually had a story where they were both like in the same episode, kind of like interacting with each other, which was at the time, at least for me, kind of like a dream come true, because two of my favorite characters were in it. So just great show. I still gotta pop this in once in a while and watch it, for good times and stuff and memories. The second one, I feel like maybe not as many of you are aware of, or maybe I just kind of feel that way. I could be surprised, and a lot of you might know this show. It was only on for one season. Very good season, though. Pretty lengthy season, especially for a kids' show. And I actually kind of got hooked on this show because I think my sister Megan watched it, and I was like, oh, this is a great show. So I kind of would watch it with her. And it's Erie, Indiana, starring Omri Katz. Sorry, Omri Katz. From the Hocus Pocus movie, plays Thora Birch's older brother. And actually, this has quite a few appearances by a few people. The original um, Addams Family father is in here, a couple of episodes. I know Danielle Harris is in one episode. She's in the episode where her character's got like a bad heart. Omri. Why do I keep wanting to call him Omni? I have no idea. Omri's character and another character, another boy in the episode, both have a crush on Danielle. She's a new girl, of course, and uh, they're both trying to win her heart, and the other boy ends up like dying, and his parents decide to donate his organs, and his heart is given to Danielle Harris's character, which is kind of a fun episode and everything. But it's just a fun, kooky little kids show. Like I said, it was only on for one season, but it is so good. It just quirky little humor and stuff. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, check it out. See if it's on Netflix or something. Or worst case scenario, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's episodes floating all over the place. So last one that I want to kind of share, and all of you, this is really not even going to be a surprise, and I know so many of you guys have seen at least some of these episodes at some point. There's a lot of wide range of episodes, a lot of weird kooky stuff to just kind of really scary stuff. And it is Tales from the Crypt. Like I said, you guys kind of saw this coming. If you didn't, clearly you just don't read my posts or anything or whatever. We can't even be friends at this point, I'll be honest. But yeah, just, this was on, I think premiered on HBO, back in 88? No, 89. It has to be 89 because I just read a post yesterday, I think, how it first aired 27 years ago. So it's got to be 89 because it's 2016. In first season, very short, only 6 episodes, but 6 really great episodes. And some of these episodes, a lot of them are ones that I really remember kind of watching when I was a kid. The Man Who Was Death, which was the first episode, and All Through the Night with Marshall Bell, who's in a ton of stuff. Stand By Me, he's the father. He was in, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Just a lot of movies he was in. But yeah, there's so many of these episodes. There were 7 seasons. 1 through 6 were actually produced and filmed here in the States, and probably some of Canada for, to save a little money. But I think mainly down here in the States. And then season 7 was moved to England, and 7th season's probably my least favorite season of it, but there's still a few pretty good episodes in there, and I'm pretty sure that 7th season too, it must have been, was still inspired by, and like the stories it came from the comic books from back in the day. Sorry, I don't know why I'm a little stumbly over my words. I'll use the excuse of being at work this morning as the excuse. But yeah, just like I said, I know everyone was probably expecting this. Very big impact in my life. And the Crypt Keeper was hilarious, even with all of his horrible puns and everything. It's a great show. And if you've never watched an episode of Tales from the Crypt, I kind of feel sorry for you. I do. It's a great show. Check it out. So that's kind of wrapping it up for what some of the stuff that really impacted me and made me fall in love with horror. Sorry this video is a little longer than what I'd wanted it. I was hoping to be a little shorter, but no worries, I guess. So with that, hopefully the next video I do, I'll have maybe more of like talking about maybe like a specific movie more, kind of my thoughts about something, or depending when I do the next video, maybe I will unbox my horror packs, because today's the 12th, and I know they close the sets the 15th of every month, and then I usually, at least last month, I got my horror packs maybe 2-3 days after that, after they closed them out. So by the end of this week I might be getting those packs. So who knows, that might end up being my next video. We'll just kind of, see where it goes, see what my time's like and stuff. But yeah, till then, you guys stay classy and sassy.